I might have to turn that down. I don't know. Good morning or good afternoon, actually, everybody. I'm just trying to get my act together here. I hope everybody had a wonderful Turkins, I guess you could say. I myself don't necessarily celebrate it because we all know that I'm Native American and I don't celebrate those kind of. I don't celebrate that. But anyways, to each their own. So I put a light above my. Sorry, guys, just trying to get organized here. I know a lot of people are probably out handling their business. Hey there, Kate. Hey, sweetie. I'm trying to adjust my. I think that's too much light in my eye. That might be the deal. Okay, so we're just gonna go with the flow. Sorry, I cleared off my desk area here, my altar area, and I'm just trying to get used to the energies. Right now is a time of purging. A lot of time for getting rid of the old, kind of moving forward with the new moon that's coming up. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope if there's anything too much noise, I have my fan on as usual. But let me grab my thing here. Okay, so let's do it like this. Okay, much better. Sorry about that, guys. So I actually didn't do any grounding this morning, so let's do a little grounding exercise real quick. For those of you that are aware of the grounding that I do in the morning time, what I want to do now is I just want to go ahead and set the intention that we are going to. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and set the intention right now that we're just going to sit here in our breath and we're going to acknowledge the loveliness, the deep energy that is within. So as we sit here and we take this deep breath, let's find our space. Breathe in deep and release that energy just to find yourself in yourself. If thoughts come in your head, that's okay. Allow it to come through. Acknowledge it and then just let it go. Come back to your breath. By focusing on your breathing, you're able to hold that steadiness within. So as this video is happening right now, I am setting the intention for future viewings for everyone that joins later on, that the energy that I set forward, as I put a grounding cord on myself, on my lower chakra, on my root chakra, and I widen it from hip to hip, and I attach that grounding cord to the middle of Mother Earth into her heart. And Mother Earth automatically helps me to release those energies, those lower vibrational energies, whether they belong to me or not. And the intention that I have set for myself, I have also set that intention for you. Grounding cord, to release you of those lower vibrational energies, to allow you to let go and to come back to yourself. Now as Mother Earth reaches up, she feels this wonderful wholeheartedness, this unconditional love. And as she reaches up for your foot chakras for your feet, the bottom of your feet, the sole of your foot begins to open, your foot chakras. and allows Mother Earth to enter through your feet. She reaches up to you and you feel this overwhelming sense of peace and oneness, clarity, unconditional love. And as that energy continues to flow up your legs, the intention that Mother Earth has sent for you is to become whole again, to fill your heart with love, with patience, with the silence of no longer allowing those lower vibrational energies or that stagnant energy of fear to no longer settle within your heart space, to let go of control, to let go of things that you cannot control, and to find it within your heart to forgive yourself, your families, and all of evolution. Now, as Mother Earth carries up, she embraces your chakras and she allows them to be free. And I call on Archangel Michael to cut any and all cords that may be attached to any of your chakras or anything within your space. To tie off those ties, those cords, and send them back to where they originated from, releasing you from their burden, releasing you from that energy that may be draining you, as well as anything that no longer serves your best and highest good. We set a foot forward and we welcome the peace, the serenity, and the unconditional love for ourselves, our families, and all of evolution. Now, as Mother Earth continues to flow all the way up, she spouts out the top of your head through your crown chakra. She embraces your 8th chakra, that's about 3 feet, 3 feet above your head, awakening your spiritual love, your highness, your higher self. And she allows herself to flow out into your aura 2 feet out. She creates that protection bubble for you, that grounding energy bubble for you. And that energy continues to flow. And she becomes one with you. As I have set that intention for myself, that grounding, that continuously being in a state of gratitude, unconditional love, I set that for myself, and I hope you all set that intention for yourself. That releasing of lower vibrational energies and accepting what is, but also speaking your truth, staying within your power, staying within your truth, walking with your truth is how you claim your power. I feel so wonderful. So let's go ahead and take in a deep breath. And we clear those energies. And as Mother Earth begins to, or continues to clear our energies and everything around us, we feel her. And as she heals us, we heal her. And we send that love forth. Yeah. As I set the intention, give me 1 second. Miss Absiola, take that nonsense somewhere else. There we go. Downstairs. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. So anyways, all right, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. Tina and Margaret. Hey, hello, my dear. How are you doing? Hello, Mari. Gabriel, nice. I'm glad to see everyone is here. Gabriel, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. How you doing? Hey, Sandra. How you doing? So now that we're grounded and got some energies going, running some energies here. I'd like to start by telling people, I'll do some readings after this. Let's just get this. Spirit is telling me that this is something that needs to be said. So I'll do some readings. Give me a couple minutes. Okay, guys. So now this is what the last few days that I've been off. Me and Debbie and I haven't done any shows, which is, spending time with our families, that kind of thing. But what I have been doing is I've actually closed down. I have been in deep meditation. I have been running some energy, and I've come back to self. Receiving, I know there's a lot of you that are out there, just as myself, getting energies out there, not really understanding those energies, but some of those energies that people are getting are upgrades. They're getting some codes. They're getting some kind of messages from the other side, and a lot of people are not really tuned into those kind of things. There's a lot of ancestors that are coming back this time of year. I mean, it's normal, like starting around Halloween, the month of October, it's a lot of people are becoming more sensitive. And being that the veil was so thin, a lot of our ancestors were coming through. A lot of people were coming because they needed help. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of things like within this past, I would say, month or two. I mean, like hardcore. Also, a lot of people are starting to feel the dark night of the soul. Some people are barely going through that process. Some are in the middle. Everybody is in their own different spirituality journey at this point in their lives. Now, understanding how people are getting used to certain kind of normal in their life, their comfort zone, those kind of things. This is what I'm talking about. People are being stretched. People are being told that they need to get out of their comfort zone and move their ass. Some people are being told they need to move forward in their life, and great changes need to come. And people are being stricken by things that don't want to. This is what happens when the universe is trying to shake you into moving forward into a different path, onto a different path in your life, for your life purpose, for your life journey, however you want to see that. It's hard to explain because some people are holding, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I have been in the same field for 30 years, and you know what? My spirit guides have been telling me, you know what? You need to do something different. Sure, in the medical field, but do something different. So now I'm doing something different. But it's still reaching out and helping people. This time it's children. If that's what my calling is, so be it. But at the same time, we have to understand that when we continue doing the same thing over and over again and we're getting nowhere, it's time for a change. I know it sucks. I know it's scary. I know that we are like the unknown, especially this year. It's been a complete shit show, and some people have really, really suffered. And it's horrible, and my heart breaks for each and every one of these people that have lost, things in their lives that absolutely they just feel they can't get, anywhere. They can't get ahead. And I believe that we all survive. We all survive. So when we push forward and we're able to move forward, this is when great things happen. Sometimes we have to endure the shit show to get to the better side. I like to call it the other side of the coin. People call it the grass greener on the other side of the fence. It all depends on how you look at it. So I hope that, I don't know, I'm just kind of babbling here because it's, I'm not babbling, but you know what I mean? It's just sometimes people are like, you know what, I'm having this horrible time in my life. Well, it's like, okay, but are you doing the same thing over and over again? Expecting, what is it? Einstein, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different outcome. I think a lot of people are doing that. You know, it's just one of those things. So right now my head is spinning. So let's see what we got here. I have many people standing around me. All right, let's do it. Yeah, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Hi, mijo. Hi, honey. How you doing? Carlos, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because I'm Native American. I don't celebrate it. I haven't celebrated it in years. But you know what? For me, it's still a day of gratitude. It's a day of what my ancestors went through to bring us here to this moment. I mean, 2020, the natives spoke up. They stepped. You know, we stood in our ground. We did what we did, and there's a lot more recognition coming in. But healing is on its way, brother. Healing is on its way. So I am grateful for each and every one of you, and things will get better. Surprisingly, things will get better. So, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. What are we doing? Hi, Gabrielle. You're new here. Let's see here. Stephanie White. Stephanie, are you still here? Stephanie White. Stephanie White wants a reading. Your family is always around you, Stephanie. Your family is always with you, and I believe you know that. I believe you see lights flickering in your house. I believe you are getting signs left and right. I don't know why you're not listening to them. I think you can. I think you're able to understand what they're trying to say. I don't think they're very happy with you're not listening to them. I'm thinking there's something that you need to be doing with your life. I think I see this gentleman, he's standing there like this, and he's like, why are you not listening to me? Why are you not listening? Kind of like a father figure, maybe like an uncle. I'm getting, you know, the thing about it is that he is trying to communicate with you, and he says he's moving things around the house. He says that he's not able to understand why, you know, he seems kind of angry. Angry for, he's trying to help you. He's trying to warn you about decisions you're making in your life. He says that why is my daughter not? Yeah, why is she? It's like it's like a father figure, uncle figure. Yeah, he's saying, why are you not listening? Something about the men in your life, the choices that you're making, the kind of have faith in yourself, sweetheart. He's saying, you know, why can't you just do what you need to do to? I mean, you're right there. He says that every time you're like pushing forward, all of a sudden you're just like, screw it, and you just give up. You're like almost there. I can see it. You're like taking one step, and then you're like, no, you know what? Forget it. You've just given up too easily. That's what's irritating him. Something about a job. He's like not understanding why. If you're not happy there, you know what? You have to change the way you're looking at it in a different way, because you're in this negativity mode, and he's not understanding exactly why you continue to, you're like cursing yourself. I don't like to use the word curse because it's kind of like you're keeping yourself down. That's what he's saying. He's saying that you're having to understand. You're making it much harder. You're your own worst obstacle, he says. And the thing about it is that you need to get out of your own damn way. he's like angry. I mean, he's just like, geez, almighty. He's like, why is she not listening? He was like that in life, huh? He was like that. He's like, geez, she never listened to me. He goes, every time I tried to tell her something, every time I said to do this, she did that. Every time I tried to help her out, she just kind of like, whatever. Stubborn. Mula. Huh? Oh, sorry. So, what's going on? He says to get out of your own way. Why are you so angry? What? Why are you so willing to give up on your dreams? Oh, you are? And why are you so willing to settle for less. I don't feel anybody else around you because this gentleman seems to be taking up all the space. So it's a very interesting energy because he's angry. And when spirits get angry like that, I'm thinking he's just kind of like, God. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Carlos, right? I know even Nana's like not even touching this because he's like giving me the business to give you the business. But it's not meant to be a painful kind of or a hurtful scolding. It's just like winning the lottery ticket or buying a lottery ticket and it's kind of like buying the lottery ticket, he's telling me. Putting it in your glove box. I'm sorry, I'm listening to him. Putting it in your glove box and not checking the numbers. And those are the numbers that won. And you're like, it's in there, but you don't bother to check it. So it's like, I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to listen to him and he's like showing me, he's showing me you bought a lottery ticket or you're buying a lottery ticket. He goes, it's like she bought a lottery ticket. She put it in the glove box and she just left it there. They call the numbers and she's like, oh, those numbers sound familiar, but you don't go check the damn lottery card. Oh my God. He's like hysterical. I can't believe it. He's like, my God, this kid. Stephanie, bless your heart. He's like, let's do this. Let's set the intention. Let's do this, okay? Today we're going to set the intention that you're going to go ahead and you're going to receive those messages. You're going to be able to come back to yourself. And this is why you're the reason why we did this grounding meditation. Because it's about coming back to self. Stephanie, what he says is that you need to listen without wanting to respond. What that means is when somebody is speaking or when there's a lesson to be learned or when there's something that you want answers to, don't talk. Listen, because the answer is there. As I'm being guided to tell you, as you were guided to watch my show today, and as you are being guided through my words, he's telling you to not listen to respond, but listen. Heed the advice, take the advice, and understand that you need to get out of your own way. Because I see you like walking around in your house, just walking around, room to room, looking for something that's right in front of you. It's like this. I do this all the time. I sit here and I'm like, okay, where are my glasses at? I know I just had them. Where are my glasses? How many times have we done that? Right? So he says you need to slow down. The answers are coming to you, but you need to stop to listen to them. Does that make sense? I bless you and I leave you with that. Hey, Lisa, how you doing there, honey? Wisdom, Carla, you sure? Oh, thank you. I try. You know why, man? You know why, sister? Because I have been there. You know what I mean? And if I had somebody to guide me back in my day, I'm not saying I was lost. I'm just saying, you know what? Sometimes you just need somebody to point out the obvious. Stephanie, you just get out of your own way, sister. You're going to be just fine. Hi, we don't do Thanksgiving in England. How was yours? Oh, yeah, hey, man. You know what? I'm feeling better. I'm feeling the energy is still a little wonky going on right now, but it's going okay. Let me see here, ladies. I'm so glad for all of you to be here. What a beautiful day. Okay, let's go to Gabrielle. Gabrielle. So Gabrielle. Gabrielle, who's Tubby? Why do you keep saying Tubby? Who is Tubby to you? Are you still there, David? Okay. I was gonna say, because I know it sounds so stupid. Like I shouldn't have even asked you that before, because I'm like, I do feel a great loss. I do sense like some sadness there. Let's see if he'll come forward. Let's see if he's standing right there. Whoop! The minute I said that, Sandra, I'll get to you right now. Your grandfather is a very lovely man, Gabrielle. Bless his heart. Oh my God. I just absolutely love him. I see him, he's sitting on a rocking chair and he's just kind of hanging out, just doing his own thing. He says, you know what, I love the sun. I love the coldness sometimes, but he's just sitting there. He's like drinking like a glass of lemonade or something, a glass of tea or lemonade. And then I see him another time. He's just sitting there. It's in the early mornings and he's just sitting there drinking his coffee. He says, I lived a long life. He said, I lived a lovely life. He says, we take the good, we take the bad, we take the ugly. He goes, but I am extremely grateful for each and every family member. He says, I had a wonderful life, a full life, a busy life, he said. And he said, and then there's my little Gabrielle. Don't tell me you were his favorite. Because, we don't say those things on here because people start tripping. If you have a sibling that's watching or whatever, they're just like, nah, I was the favorite. Me and my sister do that all the time. Like, nah, she may have loved you, but I was the favorite, whatever, But he's a lovely spirit, Gabriel, and he is super, 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 like, he's like got that he's got like that old school vibe, that like old country vibe, like just like gratitude for the small things. I just feel complete peace when I look at him. He just kind of like in no rush whatsoever, just absolutely lovely energy, and just what, it all works out. He's one of those. He says to me, Gabriel, that he loves you very much. Of course, they all say that. He says that he's very proud of you, regardless of those things that come into our lives. He says you're a hard worker. He says that you have the heart. You are just such similar creatures, you and your grandfather. He says that there is a lot that he instilled in you that not many embraced it or took it and owned it, if that makes sense. He says you remind him. You're like the girl version of him. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling on my words here. I'm trying to, but he's just. I just feel this. I don't know, man. I just feel like this old country feel of like the farm and just like all that stuff. Just like very peaceful, very natural. Nothing like ever like overabundant. Like not overabundant, but like overly fearful. I mean, just everything was just super peaceful. He was a really good man. Still is a very good man on the other side, and he's just very loving. I just feel very loving, very peaceful with him. He says that he's kind of gone in and out. He's just happy. He doesn't really have anything to say. He just kind of came in. He just says he loves you. He's like, you're doing a wonderful job. Don't ever get down on yourself. He's just very positive. He's just like, so you know what? I mean, he'll always take care of you. He's watching out for you. He's one of those that is extremely loving. Oh, thank you, honey. God, he's just awesome. Oh my gosh. Is there something you want to ask him? Maybe let's do that. Let's do that. Because he's like, I don't know. He's just a man of very few words. It's just like very comfortable, like there's no fuss. You know what I mean? If you can understand that, there's just really like no yeah, it's just like everything is just so like cool. It's just smooth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he just doesn't have anything to say. He's just like, yeah, I love her. She's my granddaughter. She's a lot like me. She's very, he's just like matter of fact. So I bless you and I leave you with that, unless you have a question you want to ask him. Yeah, he's just looking out for you. He's looking out for everybody in the family, I think. But you're, of course, like we say, you're his mini him. You're welcome, Gabriel. Let's see here. Melissa, let me go to Melissa real quick. Okay, Melissa, you want a general? You're welcome, Gabriel. I don't know. I mean, it's just so weird. I wish I could give you more, but he's just kind of like, no, he's like, he's happy where he's at. He's loving it. He's like, I'm just sitting here enjoying everybody, watching them. He's like, everything is, cool, calm, and collect, man. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah. So Melissa, did you have a general question or did you want whatever? Sandra. I don't know. I'm looking at that Sandra too that keeps popping in. So what I'm getting for you, Melissa, is that there is somebody that is helping you, but you're like, I think it's your grandfather. I do think it is your grandfather. I think that he is stepping in, but at the same time, you're not listening to him. You're another one, not getting them messages. You know what, Melissa, the thing is that we need to understand that we need to step away from our emotions when we feel that our life is a hot mess. If we delete the emotions from that, which is what women do not do, when we step back and we actually look at the situation as simply as, let me take my emotions out of the dynamic of the situation and not get overwhelmed by it, but let's just look at the facts. Okay, but then again, we have to look at what our intuition is telling us as well, which without reacting to like a situation that's really messed up, right? So as we discussed before, I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see anything happening. Yeah, I just answered that question for you. Sorry. I knew you were going to ask me that, so I answered it for you. You know what? I think there comes a time, like I would just, like, again, in the beginning of this, that's why we did that meditation, so that we're able to let go of things that no longer suit our best and highest good. We need to step outside of ourselves and realize that the universe is going to keep bringing us a shit show until we actually say, I've had enough. The biggest lesson that I've had to step away from in my life lessons is continuously getting with the wrong men in my, my marriages that I had. They all had something that was similar about them that I thought, okay, that was a comfort zone kind of thing. But at the same time, it became very much similar when things, they all look different, but yet, you know what, they were kind of like the same thing, but in different bottles. Like I go to the store, I want to buy root beer instead of my Diet Coke, whatever. It's the same, pretty much same thing, same poison, same kind of, it's not good for us, but they're wrapped in different packages, right? The way they look is different. Then suddenly we get into the situation where like, whoa, wait, This seems familiar. I don't think I like this shit show. All of a sudden, you hear Cyndi Lauper and she's singing that song, I see your true colors shining through this bitch. So when we look in the energy, we're like, we know what we're getting into. We know what we're getting into when we meet that person. That's what we do. So when we step away from our dynamic of repeating the same shit show over and over again, and we acknowledge it, and when that boy toy or that person comes along that promises us the world or whatever, we have to realize that, what am I promising too? Kate, I freaking love you. You know, at the same time, this is what I would say. What am I giving off? What am I promising? Am I repeating shit from the same relationship? You know, am I being that same person? Or am I attracting something new because I have improved in myself? I know people are sick and tired of saying or hearing the fact that, let me go back. I know people out there are sick and tired of hearing that you have to be the right person in order for the right person to come into your life, but that shit is so true. You can't expect to take old, what is that saying? You can't take old wounds into a new relationship and bleed all over them or something. I don't know, or bring old baggage. I don't know what. There's so many different sayings, but you know what? People keep bringing. You know, am I different at this table now? You got an old relationship, and you're like, I know what the hell they brought to that table, and I know what I brought to that table too. But if I don't acknowledge my shit that I did in that relationship, all my whatever, you know, I mean that's how you learn. That's how you heal. My past relationships, yeah, you know what? I was overbearing. Yeah, I was. I worked a lot. I worked too many hours. It got to me, and I became resentful. Okay, I own that. I own that shit. But at the same time, those things have to sometimes be in place. But I became overbearing. You know, a lot of other things in my life, you know, my job, having to work long hours, all those other things, the being tired, the not being nurtured, all those kind of things. It was me not speaking my truth, saying, I'm not happy in this relationship because I need you to give more and I need to give you more. And what I need to give you is less bitching, less, whatever it was, not, it wasn't like me, but at the same time, we have to address the fact that other people have emotions and how we deliver a message. Like, we all have a message to give, but it's all in the delivery and how we give that message, right? With that being said, you go on this is just an example. You go on a date with somebody new, right? You go, oh, Baba, you need to take that BS somewhere else. I'm not playing that game with you today. God, these people. Sorry, we've got some trolls on here and they just don't know how to stop. So anyways, perfect example. You meet somebody, you go on a relationship, or you're like, oh, I'm starting to date this guy. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm starting to date this girl, whatever. How many times you go in a relationship and you're just like, oh, well, I don't want to be like over the top, so you're like, no, I don't like certain foods either. I don't like this, kind of just like, oh yeah, I guess, you're not speaking your truth, right? You're not like putting yourself into that relationship, beginning just like, it's okay not to like those things, right away. You're just like putting up this front. So then down the road, a couple months later, people can only hold that stuff in for so long, and you're, until the relationship gets serious, right? You're like, whoa, this is really going somewhere. But then you haven't even shown who you truly are. What if this person is vegan? What if this person likes meat? And then you're going vegan because you don't want to upset this person because you really like them. It's a compromise, It's one of those things. And so then later on down the road, you're like, man, but I love meat, man. I gotta have some meat, I gotta have meat with my meat and potatoes kind of person, that kind of thing. So then later on down the road, you open up your eyes and you're like, shit, I gotta get to know this person all over again because you didn't speak your truth going in. So these are the little things in relationships that I like to tell people is that, Are you speaking your truth when you go in? And are you holding your truth throughout the entire, and that's where you get into this relationship of you're able to compromise, like Keith and I, right? Perfect example. When I met Keith, our relationship was nothing but friends. We were friends from the gate. We're both done with long-term relationships. We were done with, all that nonsense, marriage, all that drama, right? But the day that I met Keith, it was like I had known him for a million years. Like we had had a conversation, I don't know how many years before, and that conversation could carried on. Like we never skipped a beat. People say when you meet somebody and you get those butterflies in your stomach, oh my God, no, that's not the right person for you. Because you're attracted to something that makes you like, oh, ga, 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 whatever, goo, goo, gaga, whatever. But when you meet the right person is going to make you feel comfortable in your own skin. You're not going to want to have to step out of your comfort zone to be something that you're not. And when you're able to realize that you are the best thing that's ever happened to yourself, you're going to be okay in all of your relationships. When you're able to come back to yourself and not feel like, God, what now? He's not happy. What is it that I'm doing? When you're chronically or constantly judging yourself for things you're not doing, or not trusting how wonderful you truly are, and not unconditionally loving yourself, it's time to really take a look at what's going on inside here and inside your heart, to be able to be that person that's understanding and able to take things and not be so thin-skinned about shit, right? I see some broads on their whatever, on these YouTube or whatever, on these social media things. They're just like, oh my God, this my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. I see broads fighting over dudes. I see this, and I'm thinking, man, these women are sacred. All women are sacred. All creatures of God are sacred, or the higher power. But they're fighting over men, and this is what they have lowered their standards to. This is what they've lowered themselves to. When women are able to stand in their power and know exactly who they are, that's untouchable, man. There's no person that can ever break you down again. There's no other person that can steal your power, whether it be of any man, woman, or whoever, whatever. But you must stand in your truth. If you feel you're not being able to speak your truth and be acknowledged and accepted for who you are, then you know what? Maybe it is time to go. If you feel you're not having a relationship, if you're having a look, there's a difference between compromising yourself and compromising in your relationship. If you have to dumb yourself down, or if you have to lower your standards, or anything that makes you have to make yourself less than top shelf, no, that's not for you. If you're in a relationship and you're able to move forward and be able to gain, not just financially, but gain spiritually, however you want to see your spirituality. I mean, everything in your life becomes fulfilled. You push forward, you grow, you are just completely off the charts. You're just shit just keeps getting better and better and better. And you're just you're reaching for the sky. If your relationship is not allowing you to reach for your sky or to fulfill your dreams, no matter how ridiculous or cuckoo or whatever people may think it is, if you're not able to live your top shelf life and live the life you want to without harming yourself or anybody else, it ain't for you. Trust me, there are plenty of people out there that are wanting to fulfill their dreams or live their life purpose and be able to say, hey, you know what? I don't care what anybody feels. I don't care what anybody thinks, because I know I'm good about myself as long as I'm not hurting myself or anybody else. And that's what makes you 110% you. That doesn't make you, why do you want to be like everybody else? Why would anybody want to be, and this goes for all those love questions out there, you know what I mean? We're all going to find that one person. And I've always told my kids, growing up, not young, but growing up, I told them, you know what, you're going to find the best person that's the best person for you. But love as many times as you can. Experience love. It's going to break you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to be good for you and other times. But you know what? That's who we are. That's how we grow. I'm not saying run out and break their hearts, but I'm just saying, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. But the number one thing is know exactly what you bring to the table. Don't worry about what they bring to the table. Because if you're the right person, you're going to attract the right people. My spiel for the Saturday. My grandmother was in there a little bit too. So Melissa, the answer to your question. You already know the answer to your question. Gabrielle, you also know the answer to your question. Your grandfather is bringing somebody for you anyways, Gabrielle, so I think you're going to be taken care of. But first, there's things you need to take care of yourself. Sandra, you will be taken care of as well. The man that you're waiting for, Sandra, is also learning his lessons. Actually, clearing his karma, that kind of thing. By next year, everybody's going to have a really good relationship. They're going to find those kind of things that are able to move us forward. Understand that come December 21st, a lot of people are going to be getting a spiritual push. It's going to be like a flash of light to wake people up. Some people are going to lose their shit, meaning they're going to be like, well, what's going on? So this is the time. People need to reach in deep, understand who they are, or begin to understand who they are. Don't be afraid to live your life to the fullest. It's about experiencing our dreams, experiencing the things that we want to experience. Don't be afraid to live your life. In order for, of course, in moderation. Those of us who have developed these bad habits during the COVID time, me, like lack of exercise, number one. That's why I'm like, I'm going back to work, need exercise. I can't, we all know we got shit to handle. We all know it. I know it. I've been doing what I do. And at the same time, I know I got my own stuff I have to handle. Absolutely, Lisa. It's going to be, we are all worthy. And see, that's another thing, Lisa. We don't use the word hope. Well, I'm trying to retrain my body or my mind. So not to say hope, because I know I am. And those are the words you say, Lisa. You say to yourself, I am worthy. We're all worthy. I am. I am the light. The light I am. If you can wake up every single morning and throughout your day and before you go to bed at night, you always say that let that be your mantra. I am the light I am. We are all worthy. We don't hope that we are. We know that we are, because we are all one. I am the light I am. And you are setting an intention that will open up doors for you, because you are acknowledging that you are more than just one. We are all light. We are all energy. We are all etheric beings. We are all the light we are. I am are the two most powerful words. Absolutely. Hey, Marianne, we're gonna have to get together real soon. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I spend a week in meditation, silence, and speaking to spirits. I have become more sensitive to many things, and so I kind of just like shut down for a little bit and kind of seeing what they're doing. I was crossing over some spirits here and there. I went and did a family get together where there was like 5 of us, 6 of us, and I did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the 5 of us, somewhere in there. Anyways, so I did a spiritual healing for some family members, and then I got some good stuff, just coming together, shutting down, speaking to spirit, just doing what I do. crossing over some spirits, just kind of handling that. And also Sandra, let me get to Sandra. Sandra. Let's see here. So what I want to do is, what I'm seeing is I don't like kind of what I'm seeing, Sandra, about that. Let me go back up here. I'm so sorry. Melissa, you nail my issues. Wow, I love you. I love you too, kiddo. I'm always here for you. I told you that. No worries. You'll get it. You'll get it. You know what you gotta do. Just do it. Now, see, we all have free will. Let me go back. We all have free will. What I tell you today is for your best and highest good, but at the same time, we all have free will. You choose to go some other way, we all have free will. So let me go here. Okay, so let me look at this energy right here, Sandra. Okay, so Sandra, I see it's a boy, not a man. He's kind of maybe 10 or 12 years old. He's kind of like a trickster. I don't know why he's trying to get her attention, but at the same time, I don't like his energy. He's kind of like it's like a bad kid. He's like just messing with her. I don't think he would harm her, but I think he's just messing with her. I see him, he's like touching her like back, like her kind of like her lower back. And then I see he's like touching her arm, her elbow, and then he just kind of runs off. What I think he's trying to get across to her is just to let her know that he's there. He's kind of little, I don't want to say bratty, but when I look at it, he's kind of like, he's just like, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me. That's what I see he's doing. He's like, ha, 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 you don't see me, you don't see me. She can tell him to stop. She can scold him. But at the same time, it's just like, she can probably, well, no, don't scold him. Just say, yeah, I know you're here. Tell her, I can see you. Tell her to tell him that I can see you. And I bet you he'll stop. He's about 12 years old, I think. He died, he was sick, and then he died. I do hear something like a dog that's growling. So I believe one of the dogs, I don't know, I hear a dog that's growling. So, which is very weird because if there's a dog in the building, the dog has seen him. Yeah. I don't know who it would be though. Why he's following her? I don't think he followed her. I think this is something completely different than what she was going through here. I think he's just trying to be acknowledged by her because he's like, she knows he's there. Like when she's sensing him, like her radar goes up and she's sensing him and he's just like, wait, you can see me? So I think he's just kind of messing with her like that. Yeah, if she tells him, yeah, I can see you. And he'll probably be like, he might stop or he just, he might be like, whatever, okay. And might leave her alone. I'm not sure. But I don't know. It's kind of like a weird energy. Kind of like he's just like brat. Like, but I think he was sick. What I'm getting is but he's telling me is that he got sick and he died. I think he had cancer. So he's a little boy that actually died in that area, probably within the last 5 years, he says, 5 years. Well, there's no time span over there. So he's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm guessing like within 2 to 5 years. He died in that area. It might be somebody that actually she might be working with now. Somebody in there, a relation to somebody there. He said, I got really sick and my mommy got very sad. So I think Rocky already knows who it might be. Bless his little heart. I don't know why he doesn't cross over though. I think he stays because he says his mommy is lonely. It's like she's holding him here because, well, I mean, not intentionally, but because she's got great sadness, which of course, with any child that, a parent that loses a child, that happens. Bless his little heart. So, yeah. So alrighty, guys. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I don't know if there was anybody else that wanted a reading or anything. Marianne, we'll have to get together. Probably I start work next week, Monday. So Marianne, if you're still here, we'll get together and we'll set a day up so we can get together. Kate, I hope everybody in the family is doing very well. Very lovely. I see you guys have been busy with spirits over there. Yeah, good. Good things. Lisa. Yeah, definitely, Marianne, we'll get together again. Oh, hey, Lisa. Okay, well, let's do a reading for you then, Lisa. I got some minutes. Lisa, things are going lovely. I think you're like, okay. I don't really see a fluctuation of much change, but you know what though, my dear, things are getting better. I think, you know what? I think you're ready to jump out of your skin because you're waiting for something good to happen, for something to get it. I just like a lot of people, man, even me, man, I'm just so ready to jump out of my skin, get out of this stagnant energy in life, period. To get back into being able to move forward and be able to have a little bit more freedom. I think a lot of people are antsy when it looks that way. To have that energy back in our bodies, just to be able to just say, go out and buy a damn burger or something, or you know what I mean? Just to go out and do something. You know, when it comes to our job, it's just like we're all feeling stagnant. It's like, oh God, wait. But this is the thing. A lot of people are reevaluating reevaluating exactly where they are in their life right now. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. This is because the spiritual world is pushing people into their life purpose. Some people may continue on in their own job, but they may begin doing other things besides. How can I incorporate something that is, I need to have my financial stability, right? A job, but also I'm going to step out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do something like I would never expect myself to do. People are getting that kind of push to be able to help. Like, where can I help in the world? Like, what can I do to help my fellow man? You know, all of evolution, that kind of thing. Myself, my family, all of evolution. You know, this is something that you're going to be able to know more towards, like, I would say February. You're going to be looking at something that's going to be really phenomenal. I think there's stuff in the works for you right now, but really you're going to get an offer probably in February where you're going to be able to be like, you know what, it's okay. I think I'm going to go for this. You know, it's like, I think after this December 21st, this spiritual push that we're all going to receive, a lot more people are going to be able to step out of their comfort zones and be like, you know what, 2020, if the one thing that 2020 taught me was that life is too damn short. This life is precious, and I'm going to ride this out until I can't no more. People are going to start, you know what, that Peter Pan syndrome, that Peter Pan thing where there's like, you know what, hey, I can fly. I'm not saying jumping out of buildings. What I'm saying is, you know, people believing that, you know what, I'm going to follow my imagination is going to kick in. That spirituality is going to, you know, and we're going to be able to, you know what? Yeah, I've always wanted to paint. You know, I see you like arts and crafts, you know, like you've always wanted to paint, or you've always wanted to do things that as a child you thought, you know what, I want to grow up and be, you know, or the things that you've always wanted to do. Like one of mine was painting. I've always wanted to, myself as well, is paint or just be artistic, something artistic. You know, I want to learn to bake like my grandmother, or I want to do, you know, all of these kind of different things. You know, maybe even have like I don't know, a cooking show or something. Just, I mean, something to where our true passions are able to kick in. Lisa, I totally see it, man. By February, you're just going to be like, you know what, living your top shelf life, living your best life. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I bless you and I leave you with that. Mary Ann Spellman, a quick reading for you. Yeah, Lisa, good stuff is coming for you. I can see it even more. It's just like, whew, more time to yourself. I love it. It's great. Mary Ann Spellman. Lovely energy. more deeper connections with people around you, especially that one special person. I think a lot of it has to do with taking your time, though, too. Don't be in a rush, which I feel that you're not, which is wonderful because in order, like I always tell everybody, in order for you to build stability, you have to, all the pyramids will build from the bottom up. In order for us to be able to have that stability underneath our feet and for us to feel safe, we know that it's okay to take our time, enjoying every bit of the journey. And I think, oh, you're welcome, Lisa. I absolutely love you. You're the best. You know, and this is another thing too, Lisa, as well for you, Marianne, is that being such lovely ladies and being just so like, life is just, it's beautiful. You guys always have that aspect of being able to bounce back, being able to, okay, you know, it's just, it's like this mystique. It's like, or how do I say that? It's like this, it's almost like a muse. It's almost like a magical moment, something where it's like, okay, now we're gonna do this. It's like everything just, it's like I see like lights and like pixie dust and, you know, those kind of things. It's like, you know, like the Peter Pan kind of thing. This is what I'm seeing. It's just kind of like, it's a magical world. And a lot of that energy too is because of your high belief in such greater things, the belief in positivity and the belief in that unconditional love for other people. It's a phenomenal feeling. It gives me a good feeling in my heart. Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate that. And you know, it's about loving the truer things, or loving the great taste of just understanding. You know, understanding that it's so hard for me to put in words. It's just a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful and loving energy of just being like nurtured. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. That really made my Saturday. Really, really made my Saturday. And Carlos, yes, absolutely. You know what, Carlos? And this is the thing about 2022 is that a lot of people that have been in our lives, a lot of people that we may have put a lot of trust in them, or we may have just been like, okay, I know what they're about. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue to allow them to be in my circle. But at the same, not allow them to be in my circle, but you know what, I'm gonna hold them close to me. But then we see that we were not as close to them as we held them close to ourselves. And those are the ones that, unfortunately, you know, if they fell away, they fell away. Maybe later on they'll come back. They may. I'm not sure. But at the same time, we need to do what's best for us. It's not a selfish move. It's not a move made of anger or a decision that's made because we're like, man, bitter or whatever. No. We do it because sometimes the universe asks us to step back from certain people. Because in order for them to fulfill their life purpose and to fulfill their contract, us stepping away is something that the universe has asked us to do. Or me, myself, I should say. I don't know where us came from, but so when we look at energies, all we can do is we can wish them well, set the intention to have guides come in. Even I've asked for certain people in my life, I've even asked my own spirit guides to come in and assist with healings. I've asked my grandmother, I've asked Nana to please go and guide and help and assist. I've done that for many people. I will continue to do that for many people, and I will always do that. To call on my own spirit guides to help heal those that truly want to be healed. And that's the key. I can send healing day and night. I can ask my spirit guides. I can ask my extraterrestrial buddy to go in and help the healing. I can do whatever I want. They're my guides. But at the same time, if they're not willing to change, if they're not willing to accept their shit show, if they're not willing to grow out of those lower vibrational energies, baby, I can't help them. I bless them and I wish them well. And when they're ready to take responsibility for whatever is going on in their life, the healing begins. Then the universe will ask me to step back in, and I will be more than happy to guide them in any way, shape, or form that they seem that they need me. I'm always here. This is my purpose. But also at the same time is when the universe asks you to step away, you step away, because that is one of the spiritual laws, non-interference. I speak that shit day and night, non-interference. These people that want these, perfect example, these people that want, oh, you want your ex-boyfriend or your ex-husband back, get at me. Send me $10,000 and I'll light a candle and I'll do it. Hey, to each their own. I'm not knocking people that do that. But what I'm saying is be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. May not be the way you wanted it. What's the thing you do? You want your ex-husband back or your ex-lover or whoever it is. You want them back in your life. What happens? They bring them back in. What if he's still a cheater or she's a cheater? What if he's still abusive or what if she's still abusive? Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it, right? Be careful who you pay, or be careful who you ask to do something for you, because you don't know. This is what I've learned in all my years growing up around my nana, right? My family dynamic, everybody. Just like we did a show on candles and stuff like that. You can pay somebody all that they want. You can pay somebody, but that person that's doing that work for you, just like these trolls that come on here. And I'm going to speak my truth right now. I'm on my soapbox. My grandmother's right here. These trolls that come on here, right? Anybody for that matter, they're like, oh, you want a real reading? Come see me over here. They tell you to give them money, right? You give them money. How do you know they're not putting something on you? How do you know what they're not asking for you is not just for you? How do you know they're not trying to dip in that? You don't know what people are doing. You don't know their dynamic. You don't know exactly what they're doing it for. What if they're putting something else on it? My grandmother used to tell me that all the time. She's like, you know what? You handle it yourself. And what's meant for you will always come to you. Don't ever think that the universe is going to deny you, because what it's meant for you, you will always get. Now, when you get it is on you. When you get it is when have you handled your shit? Have you cleared your karma? Have you done the inner work? Because no matter what, man, it's gonna come. What's meant for you will always come to you. But at the same time, how many people are you putting in your mix? How many people are you putting in your this is why my grandmother always said, you don't ever tell anybody your business. You don't tell anybody your business, what you're working towards, what you're working for, what's next on your plate. You don't ever share what's on your plate with somebody else, because you don't know if they could be putting bad juju on you or doing stuff like that. This is, like family stuff, but it's true story. Because when you look at it, the energy of people around us, especially those that don't know us and that we're wonderful people. For instance, these trolls that come on here. I know I'm on the troll. They don't know who I am. They don't understand that my wholeheartedness and my whole life purpose and my whole gift of this that I've been gifted is to help people to fulfill their life purpose. I'm not here to take money from anybody. I'm not here to take anything away from anybody. I'm just here a beacon, a guidance person. What do you call it? I'm just the speaker for the spirit. I do what I can as I am able to help those around me. Now, whether my words, whether they resonate or whether they don't resonate, I'm not sitting here saying I'm 110% right every single time. I'm pretty good at what I do, as long as I'm walking my truth. As long as I stand in my truth. My great grandmother's child, who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. Yeah, absolutely, Sandra. That's right. And you know what? And this is the thing that goes to us. We're so old school. A lot of us are old school from where, and who taught us that? Our grandmothers. The sacred ones in our family. Now, a lot of those people, unfortunately, there are many in the world that did not have that kind of sacred teaching of who we are, of where we come from, those genetics, or that, or just that spiritual dynamic. But that's why we as light workers, I myself, and my grandmother as my spirit guide, that's why I'm here. That's how I look at it. For those that didn't have that kind of guidance, that's what I'm here for. To help guide, and I've always been that way. I've always been that kind of a person on all my jobs. All my jobs, the youngsters would come to me. Even the kids, when my kids were younger, the kids in high school, they didn't have the perfect parents. They didn't have, or maybe the parents were just working. Maybe the parents, single mom, had to work 2 jobs, whatever. So the kids would come over to my house, and I was mama bear. Kids come over. Hey, man, I'm going to order some pizza. Sit down. Let's eat some dinner, man, together. Because they didn't have that at home. And I'm not knocking those parents, or maybe mom and dad both had to work. And hey, you know what? And I knew their parents. Hey, come on. I'm going to have the kid over tonight. We're going to have dinner. We're going to hang out. Come by, pick them up, or I'll drop them off. That was my truth. That was my truth. And, the thing about it, too, is that there's a lot of people out there that did those kind of things like I did. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know what? That's what we have to do. As mothers, as neighbors, as friends, as family. I mean, that's just who we are. That's how I was raised. And I know we all have that within us. We all have that love, that heart. We want to see people thrive. Especially when it comes to children. Because children, it's not their fault. They weren't asked to be born. I used to tell my dad that all the time. Hey, man, I didn't ask to be born, man. Whenever I give him shit. When I would be like, hey, man, it's my birthday. I didn't ask to be born. What are you going to give me? When I was younger. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Hey, and that's that thing. Birds of a feather flock together, right? Birds of a feather flock together. That was another thing. You hang out with a bunch of people that just aren't like the best and highest good. Not living their top shelf life. That's what, that's when things like that happen. So we all have to just step back and look at the energy of it all. And we figure it out from there. We can't save everybody, but we can only help. But when the universe asks us to step back because they have to clear their own karma on their own, because it's like, I can give you for instance, being a teacher, I'm going to give everybody a test. I'm going to give everybody the answers. The minute I give them out the test sheet, I'm going to give them the answer sheet. What have they learned? They haven't learned anything. I can't clear anybody's karma for them. That's stuff that they have to do on their own, right? Spirituality is the same thing. It's about doing the inner work. A lot of that deep shit that nobody wants to go through. It's about forgiveness, unconditional love, healing, and being able to stay in our truth. That's top shelf stuff, man. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? So I hope that helped you guys today. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm going to finish doing laundry. I hate laundry, man. But see, that's me. Gotta handle my business. Stand in my truth. I hate laundry. All right, you guys take it easy. I love you all so very much. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I will be changing my meditations from Mondays because I work Monday through Friday now. So I will probably be doing my meditations on Sundays, not beginning tomorrow, but next Sunday, or maybe tomorrow I'll come on and I'll throw a little meditation on here for you guys. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, I promise. Oh my God, Carlos, if I knew you were doing laundry, I would have dropped mine off over there. Sometimes don't you feel like you just want to burn it all and start over fresh? I swear, I'm just talking shit. All right, you guys. Yeah. So if I don't do a meditation tomorrow, next Sunday, and I know me and Debbie are gonna keep doing the Friday meditations. First, I got the Friday free readings. I think we just might alter the time a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll find out my schedule on Monday, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys real soon. I love you all. You know where to find me if you need me. Of course, Carla Lievanos Fishinghawk on Facebook, or my what do you call it? The other one, Gypsy Rose in the Chrome, that I have. And my YouTube page, all my videos that I do, my YouTube page, they go automatically there. And it's Carla Fishinghawk. Man, I'm done. I'm burnt. I'm fried. I'm done, man. I'm done. Anyways, all right. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your weekend.